Hey sis, when are you gonna be home? I'm almost ready for work and wanted to get there a bit early today. That is not my responsibility. When I asked if I could borrow the car for the project yesterday, you said you would take me. Well, I'm not close to home. I couldn't help you even if I wanted to. I'm supposed to be there in 30 minutes. Sounds like a you problem. Now stop pestering me. I'm trying to have fun with my boyfriend. I know that you aren't with Colin. He just stopped by to see you. He's only one of a few of my boyfriends. What? Does he know that? What does it matter? And don't even think about telling him. You know what they say about hating the messenger. It's shooting the messenger. Whatever, I don't care. You promised to take me to work today. I'm trying to save up for college. Maybe you should ask Mom and Dad to cover it for you. Oh, that's right. They can only afford to send one of us. And since I'm the smart one, of course they're going to spend that money on my education. I'm also the pretty one, the funny one, and the fun one. Of course you are. That's why you don't need to make things harder for me. You promised to take me to work. Get a lift. Pay someone, I don't care. You aren't going to make your problem my emergency. It's really expensive to get there at this time of day. Then it sounds like you need to be brainstorming how to get to work on the cheap. Go use that tiny little brain of yours to think about your dead-end job and leave me alone. Mom, Carolyn said she isn't going to take me to work. I'm supposed to be there soon. Ugh, why are you bothering me while I'm at work? I don't have time to deal with this. I don't have a right to work. I was supposed to have the car today, but you said Carolyn could take it for an errand. But she was supposed to be back in time to get me to work. Seriously, Sienna, why is everything drama, drama, drama with you? I'm not in a position to do anything about it. But they've threatened to fire me if I'm late again. Then you'll learn to be on time. I've only been late 3 times, all because Carolyn has pulled this stunt. Stop blaming your sister for your mistakes. And if you message me again, I'll let your father know that you're starting up again. I'm sorry for bothering you. I doubt you mean it. And make sure you leave dinner on the counter so I can heat it up when I get there. I already did. Don't take that tone with me, young lady. Sorry, Mom. Can you believe it? We're finally graduating. Yeah, it's great we finally reached this point. And from here we get to go to college and do whatever we want. Now that is something I'm definitely looking forward to. Of course you are, girl. With that family of yours? Oof. I mean, they act like the big bad stepfamily. Yeah, can't say I'm gonna miss them. Honestly, I don't think they even realize I'm going to college. You didn't tell them you got into tech? Seriously? They're kind of ignoring me right now, so I don't want to remind them that I'm leaving. I'm sure they'll try to force me to stay. After all, they'll have a lot more work once I'm gone. No kidding. Well, you get to leave all of that in the dust. And you'll get a chance to really party. That's really not my thing. Besides, I'll have to keep my grades up to stay in school. Once I'm out of that house, I have no intention of returning. Got it. But forget about your family for a while. Now it's time to celebrate leaving this pop stand. That I can do.
Sienna, why isn't dinner on the table?
Hi, Dad. I'm unpacking at my new dorm.
You're what? We already told you that we don't have money to spend on your college education. Your sister has the brains and aptitude, so we're sending her. We need you here, watching your younger brother and sister when you aren't working. And what about the rent you're supposed to be paying us? We were counting on that.
I told you several times that I got a full scholarship as well as a couple of small ones. You guys don't need to pay for a thing. The education, room, and board and food are all taken care of.
But you have a responsibility to us. Your mother and I can't work and take care of the kids.
Carolyn still lives there. Have her help you.
She's busy with school. We aren't gonna compromise her future just because you're selfish.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
If you're so sorry, then come home and do what you're told.
Think of it this way. I'm not there anymore, so you'll save all of that money. You won't need to feed me, clothe me, or anything else. I imagine the bills will go down too.
That could be true, but we still need someone to help the kids with their homework, and to take care of the house and meals.
I'm sure you guys will work something out.
Either you come home now, or you're never welcome here again.
Okay.
So you're returning? Good. I expect you back in 30 minutes. Pick up food on the way here.
Sorry, I meant okay and that I'm fine I'm not welcome there now.
How dare you talk to me like that?
Quite easily. I'm not there now and there's nothing you can do to me.
I will let your school know that you're shirking your duties to your family.
Do you even know what school I'm attending?
I'm sure it's one of the local community colleges or something.
Of course you don't remember. That's okay though. I mean, now that you're threatening me, I'm glad that you don't know.
So help me, I will make you come home.
Don't forget, Billy's allergic to peanuts and Sandy is going through a picky eater phase. Preparing their meals is tricky, but I'm sure you guys can manage.
I will stop paying for your phone.
You never paid my phone bill, remember? That was one of the reasons why I got a job. Anyway, I need to get going. I need to finish unpacking and pay the movers.
I'm not paying for any of that.
Right, you aren't. I did. Gotta go. Hey, Sienna. I need you to help me plan my wedding. Hi, Carolyn. Long time no talk. Why don't we keep it that way? Oh, please, spare me your horrible attitude. It's been ages since you moved out. You should be an adult by now. Despite you having left us in a horrible situation, I'm willing to let you help me with my wedding. I would say that's sweet, but I know that you aren't doing it to include me. What's that supposed to mean? You want to dump all of the work on me. Then if anything isn't perfect, you'll blame me. So no, I'm not going to do anything for you. Not for your wedding, not for your children, not for anything you need ever. Look who has gotten a massive ego over the last 15 years. It seems to me that you need the family to keep you grounded. Because clearly you are delusional about your abilities. Thanks, I really needed a laugh. What's so funny about what I said? The only times you got bad grades on projects were when they were group projects, and that's because you couldn't force me to do the work for you. That's not true. And that pathetic excuse that you were bad at testing, that's because I was the one doing all of your work. The tests were a reflection of how you never studied or learned anything. The problem wasn't that you didn't test well, it was because you couldn't force me to take the tests for you. When you graduated from school, my grades got so much better. I can't believe you're still so jealous of me, trying to take credit for all of my hard work. Everyone knows that I'm the smartest. That's why I actually finished college. You were the only other one who ever got into college, but we know you didn't graduate. What do you mean you know I didn't graduate? Because if you had, you would have invited us to graduation, duh. I invited Mom and Dad to graduation, but never heard back. Yeah, right. If that were true, you would have come home and been so loud and obnoxious about it. Oh, talking about yourself, I see. Because I never expected anyone in the family to care. Aw, does poor little Sienna feel like playing the victim? Who's a pathetic little person? You are. Oh, bless your heart. Why don't you try Googling my name, honey? I finished my degree in 3 years, got my master's the next year, and I put both of them to good use. I'm using my degree too. That's why I'm an important payroll clerk at McGregor's. You know, the huge fast food corporation. So obviously I'm making something of myself. And my soon-to-be husband runs a McGregor's. So as you can tell, I'm too busy and important to spend time planning a wedding. I'm sure Mom would love to help you, because honestly I have absolutely no interest in doing anything else for you. It's not like you have anything better to do. I mean, you can claim to have a degree, but no one who knows you would believe that you have one, let alone two. Did you ever learn how to use a computer? Or do you understand what I mean by Google my name? You are the idiot here, not me. I don't have to do anything you say. You're right, you don't have to do what I say. And I don't have to listen to you anymore. Congrats on getting someone to agree to marry you. Hopefully you aren't still a cheater. I'm not the same girl I was 15 years ago. Unlike you, I've matured. And like I said, I don't have time for all the tedious planning of the wedding. I've already picked what I will do. You need to handle the rest. As you already pointed out, I don't have to do anything you say. Now do me a favor and lose this number. I really don't want to have to change it after all of these years. Oh, you do have to do what I say. Oh, sweetie, everyone has the right to occasionally act foolish. You've been violating that privilege the whole time I've known you. What is that even supposed to mean? Are you trying to insult me? Oh, was that a little too subtle for you? Let me be a little clearer. I would say that you are as dumb as a brick, but at least bricks know how to keep a door open. How dare you? Wait until I tell our parents how you're treating me. It's impossible to underestimate you. There's just no depths to which you won't sink. You have to call in your biggest supporters to be your flying monkeys. I won't put up with this. All you have to do is stop texting, genius. Oh, that works too. That's the best birthday present you could give me. Blocked, hopefully, forever. I saw what you said to your sister. It brought even her to tears, you monster. I see that things really haven't changed. When your favorite child gets hurt, you swoop in to help her. Then again, I have you and Dad's constant neglect and dismissal of me as the reason why I turned out the way I did. Don't you dare blame us for your turning out to be a horrible person. We raised you right. You were just too rotten to understand what we tried to teach you. What you taught me did help me become who I am. I've already acknowledged that. The monster you've become is not our fault. Monster, you say? Is that really what you want to call me? I would like to say that you're the lowest of the low, the worst kind of ingrate, and an abomination. But some people might think I'm a horrible mother if I were to express my real thoughts about you. Aw, it's so nice to see how you really feel about me. I kind of always knew, but now I can feel comfortable in my decision to block all of you. Although I do feel a bit bad for my younger siblings. I guess I could extend an offer to let them live with me if you guys treated them just as horribly as you treated me. We treated all of our children well, and you were the only one who had such a horrible attitude. I'll look into how they turned out. Carolyn said something about no one else graduating from college? We offered to pay for their education, but Willard is currently in prison for stealing cars. And little Susie moved in with her boyfriend a few years ago after getting knocked up. And neither of them has been nearly so horrible as you. I wish I could say I'm surprised, but that would be a lie. You always overindulge the rest of them. It's not our fault they turned out so messed up. You were the one who was responsible for them. Ah, yes, the second child needed to be a parent, and yet had no power or authority. I did what I could. But your kids all turned out the way they did because of how you and Dad treated us. Clearly we did something wrong raising you. Since I turned out nothing like my siblings, I would say that's right. So you refused to help Carolyn plan the wedding? Absolutely. Then you're no longer a member of this family. Yeah, I know. I haven't seen you guys in about 15 years and stopped sending you guys emails after the first time I graduated. What do you mean the first time? I would say check your emails for the invitations, but I have a feeling that you didn't keep anything from me. Why would we? You were never a good child, and we had more than enough to deal with when you abandoned us. That's because I did a lot for you guys when I lived there. Not that you guys ever cared. You were always so worthless and incompetent. The meals you cooked were mediocre at best, and you always had the worst grades. That's because I had to do my siblings' homework first. And I always had to do Carolyn's projects. You know what? It doesn't matter anymore.
You don't matter anymore. You're officially out of the family.
Again?
Sienna, is this about you?
Do you really not recognize your own daughter?
The woman looks nothing like you. This can't possibly be you, right?
Well, why do you wonder if it's me since it can't possibly be your worthless daughter?
I never said that.
Oh, Jim, you've said so much worse.
If that really is you, then I demand you repay your mother and I for everything we did for you. If you really are that much of a success, you owe us for making that happen.
You know what, Jim? You're right. If you guys had treated me the same as your other kids, I would probably be a loser too. However, I think that me not calling CPS on you for the way you treated me was enough of a payment.
How dare you? They would have immediately left when they realized you were lying.
I don't really feel like arguing with you. Can we just skip the part where you block me already? Carol and Carolyn already have.
I demand money for what we did to help you.
You people are really exhausting. I guess my best move is to finally give up this number so that you can't contact me again.
You can't block us out of your life. We will find you and make you pay for everything we did for you.
Oh, sweetie, I don't even live in the US anymore. Which one of your other children is gonna find me? Apparently none of them have any idea how to be adults.
We still have Carolyn. She's the best child we could ask for. And I fully expect you to pay for her wedding.
Oh wow, you guys are entirely delusional. Besides, you guys have already frozen me out of your lives. I'm not letting any of you back in now. Enjoy your life choices. I have nothing to do with you guys now.
You owe us. You must obey your father.
Hey, sister. I'm sorry I got so angry earlier. I was just hurt by the way you talked to me. Sure, that's as good a lie as any. Why would you call me a liar? I'm your loving older sister. What? You know that I've always loved having you around. You're so special to me. Oh, please stop. My sides are splitting from laughing so hard. Why are you being so rude to me? Carolyn, I won't help you plan your wedding. I am not giving you any money to help or pay for your wedding. I don't care about your registry because I'm getting you nothing for getting married. Consider my present to you the fact that you actually got into college and now are in a better position than our other siblings. How dare you say that to me? Ugh. As much as I hated doing it, I ended up finally getting a new phone number. I didn't give up the one I had since I was young because, well, it was the first thing I really got for myself. I even still have the old phone that I bought when I got that number. I ignored the old phone number for a few months, long enough to know that my former family would give up trying to contact me that way. And honestly, it was kind of nice to get a new personal number. Almost like the final break from the people who always treated me horribly. Carolyn did get married, but from what I heard, it didn't last once her husband realized that she wasn't able to do anything without her parents getting involved. Apparently, my parents had started spending well above their means, so when they tried to move in with her and her husband, he kicked all of them out. Since he owned the property before the marriage, she wasn't entitled to anything. She and my parents now lived together in a small house. Jim tried to retire only to find out that he had used up all of his savings. Carol actually had a bid in her 401k, but they ended up using that for a down payment on a house that was well outside of their budget. I think they have managed to keep making payments on it, but I know that the utilities get cut off regularly. They were trying to get Sally and her family to move in with them, probably trying to get them to take over more of the payments. I have no idea if she's that gullible. She always seemed like the most intelligent out of my siblings, so I wouldn't be surprised if Sally avoided them. My business is thriving, and I'm currently engaged to a gorgeous firefighter. We met when one of the venues where I had gone to a conference had a huge fire. He helped save me and ended up getting my number before leaving me with the paramedics. It was funny that he had no idea who I was. Then again, the people in tech usually aren't known by people outside the industry. He's an amazing man, and he treats me like a queen. We've been talking about wedding dates, and I'm sure that children won't be too far behind. I can't wait to have my own family to love and raise.